Hey, friends! Oh man, this time we're talking about the mashups of all mashups. The Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires, a team-up of Hammer Studios and the Shaw Brothers in a horror kung fu combo movie from 1974. I got this in the mail a little while ago. One of my viewers, Michael, he got this for me off my wish list. I'd never seen this one, and wow, what a treat. Thanks, man. Our story goes like this. One day in 1904, a Chinese monk is meandering through Transylvania. He's looking for Count Dracula and pretty soon finds Dracula's castle and the Count himself. See, this guy's a priest of a vampire cult in China, known as the Golden Vampires. These vampires have lost their creepy kung fu, it seems, and the people no longer fear them. He wants Drac to go back to China with him and help to revitalize the cult. But Drac being Drac, he doesn't care about any of that, and doesn't like being disturbed. He is kinda tired of Transylvania though, so he takes over the priest's form, killing him in the process, of course, and heads off to China to run this cult. Now, meanwhile, our hero, Dr. Van Helsing, is in China lecturing at a university on, what else? Vampires. The students at the university think he's nuts and walk out on him, except one guy named Su Ching, who, it turns out, lives in the village where this vampire cult is still hassling the natives. He eventually convinces Van Helsing to go with him to the village for a vampire beatdown. Along with Van Helsing's son, not sure where he got a son, but he's got one in this, and a beautiful blonde Euro chick financing the trip, and Ching's brothers and one sister, all skilled in kung fu. Along the way, there are lots of opportunities to fight bad guys, as well as the vampires and their zombie minions. These are all very Chinese vampires who know kung fu. Ultimately, Van Helsing has to face off against Drac in a final showdown. In our cast, of course, we have the great Peter Cushing as the crusading vampire hunter Van Helsing. This was the last Dracula movie Cushing made for Hammer, making Seven Golden Vampires his last turn as Van Helsing. Christopher Lee wasn't impressed with the script when they offered it to him, which is why he passed on this one. He told Cushing not to do it, but Cushing was depressed over the loss of his wife a little while earlier and thought the change would do him good. He's fantastic, as you'd expect. The blonde Euro chick is played by former Miss Norway and Penthouse pet, Julie Ege. She previously appeared in the Bond film On Her Majesty's Secret Service in 1969. She was also in a caveman movie, Creatures the World Forgot, from 1971. And David Chiang plays the Chinese hero of the picture, Ching. A legendary kung fu star, he was probably most famous for playing the one-armed swordsman. The movie was directed by Hammer regular Roy Ward Baker and an uncredited Che Chang. And Chia Liang Liu was martial arts choreographer for the fight scenes. One thing I really liked here was the idea that vampires can be affected by religious items local to the part of the world they're in. In Europe, of course, it's crosses. In China, it's the figure of Buddha. There are some great fights and great frights in this one. But ultimately, the movie was not a big financial success, and so the two studios never got back together. Why the movie didn't fare well is anyone's guess. It might be down to the pared-back version that was released internationally. The original cut runs 89 minutes, while the international cut, which goes under the title of The Seven Brothers Meet Dracula, is only 72 minutes, excising a lot of the dialogue that would have helped the story make more sense, and re-editing parts of it out of sequence. Both versions are available on this Blu-ray. Speaking of the disc, this is a great restoration. One of the things that strikes you right away are the vivid colors, something you would never see from a VHS print. Here, the reds and greens just pop right off the screen. The disc has an interview with film aficionado Rick Baker, and there's also an interview with David Chiang talking about this movie and what he learned from Peter Cushing about the craft of acting. Cushing, hands down, a class act. I don't know where to turn. Is this a horror movie or a kung fu movie? Well, I guess I have to give The Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires 3 paws. It's not the best of Hammer or Shaw, maybe, but the two combined, it's just amazing. If you like either Hammer or Shaw Brothers pictures, you've just got to see this. And the Blu-ray from Shout Factory is phenomenal. This thing is a lot of fun, so be sure to check it out. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.